Dave's making the final checks in the cockpit. He's got the thumbs up from Tony that he's got a good hold. And now, from your right, ladies and gentlemen, the power's coming up. 985 cubic inches. That big 108-inch long prop spinning right in front of Tony's face. The smoke is on. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching it. Real wing walking action right here at the Battle Creek Field of Flight Airshow and Balloon Festival. As we watch out here off of Airshow left, Dave Dacy's got Tony Kazian out there halfway to that wingtip, lying on that javelin strut as they swing around out here off of that left side. Let's watch as Dave swings around and Tony Kazian out there between that wing. We'll show you real wing walking action as they come right down the show line here. Watch now as he slows down to about 110 miles an hour. Here you can see Tony puts one foot down on the lower wing. He's got the other foot coming down on the lower wing. You can see he's actually walking on the wings right here in front of us at Airshow Center. Dave's keeping that airplane right at 110 as they come down the show line. You can see Tony's pulling himself up onto the top wing. He's getting himself in position out there. He gives Dave a sign. He says, all right, Dave, let's go. The power comes up and they accelerate off of Airshow right. You saw it right here, folks. That is real wing walking. That is not smoke and mirrors. That is real wing walking action at its very best. As you watch out here, Dave is now going to take Tony for a thrill ride of a lifetime over beautiful downtown Battle Creek here at the air show. As we watch him climb for altitude here, he's positioning that Stearman up. I'll tell you what a view of the area Tony's getting out there, and he does tell me he does have his eyes open, which absolutely, if I was up there on top of the wing, which it absolutely positively never would be, I'd be up there crying for my mommy. But as he's out there on the top wing of that airplane, what a view he's getting as they climb through 600 feet. He's got that big 108-inch long Hamilton standard propeller spinning right in front of him. As we watch out there, they reposition off that right side as they're going to go through the aerobatic portion of today's wing walking demonstration. Tony Kazian is a second-generation wing walker. He took over the family business when his father, legendary Air Show Hall of Famer Johnny Kazian, retired at the age of 63 from the wing of the Stearman at the end of the 1996 Air Show season. So now, since 1997, thrilling air show fans throughout North America, Dave Dacy in the cockpit, Tony Kazian on the wing. Here they are, the Dacy Kazian Stearman wing walking team, as they come in at 150, 160 miles an hour. Dave now brings that stick back to the vertical. Tony's pulling at the sky, but oh yeah, right on around in the classic wing walker loop. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Dacy and Tony Kazian. Now they reposition out here off that left side. They'll be setting up for their next pass right here. All right, what a thrill ride that's got to be, folks. And now as they set up out here off that left end zone here, Dave brings that Stearman around. With Tony on the wing, Dave in the cockpit, full load of gas, smoke oil, airplane and air show regalia with that 5-step stainless steel ladder on it. They're winging in at over a ton and a half as they come down our show line. Power's up right now. There's 150, 160. Keep at it with it. 2 bucket of 400 feel like there, folks. Now as the nose comes up, the wings go around. Keep waving, Dave. Come on, keep her rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep her rolling right on around. There it is, the classic Wingwalker roll. Now as Dave brings that Stearman right back into Airshow Center, he gains a little bit of altitude out there. Dave, can we talk about how does that having Tony on the outside of the airplane affect the performance of the airplane? Dave says, you know, one thing I tell you is wing riders, they're really a drag. As we watch out here, Tony, of course, a real wing walker out there as he moves from his position between the wings, up on top of the airplane. He'll even move back down on the aircraft. But right now, as we watch down off of Airshow right, they swing back into the aerobatic area from our right end zone. Dave's taking Tony all the way up to that nosebleed altitude of about 600 feet out there off of Airshow right. Now as they bring the nose back into the Airshow Center. Dave's showing about 150 miles an hour once again. 160 as the nose comes down. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Dave's going to be going for about 170 miles an hour as they come Airshow right to left. Diving in right now. Let's watch. Big head of steam as they come Airshow Center. As Dave brings that stick back in his lap, they hunt for the vertical. Straight up, straight up, straight up. And now, just before they start to slide backwards, Hammerhead turn. The airspeed winds up, the altimeter winds down, and the ground gets really down. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wingwalker Hammerhead. Now as we watch out here off of Airshow right, Dave once again does a crop duster style turnaround maneuver that airplane did so many thousands of times during its career as a crop duster. Now as we swing around out there off that right end zone, he lets that nose come back around the horizon. As he sets up right now, he's going to let that nose come down. He's going to gain a little extra airspeed as he's going to attempt the hesitation roll with Wingwalker Tony Kazian. He'll be momentarily dangling upside down. So let's watch out here as they come from our right. Coming at us here about 120, 130, there's 140 miles an hour. And now as they come down our show line at 155 miles an hour, the nose comes up, the wings go round. There it is, the 1 point. Verdict, curl those toes, Tony, right on around the 4 point hesitation roll. Tony Kazian. At this point, you can see Tony has actually reached over. He's unbuckled that waist belt that was on, and now he is into the freestyle portion of today's demonstration. You see that bright orange shirt, the black pants on this pass here. We all know what a biplane is. That's what this Stearman was when they took off. But now, with Tony Kazian up on the top wing, he is going to use his body to convert this biplane into a triplane. 1 foot down on the aircraft, his leg kicked back, both hands forward. Ladies and gentlemen, Superman Kazian! Right there, the Superman pass! Now as they swing around out here off of Airshow right, Tony comes to us from Boise, Idaho. And in Idaho, they still got real cowboys. And Tony like to dedicate this pass to his home state. He calls this the side saddle or the waiver pass. On this pass here, he'll be sitting sideways up there on the top of that airplane. One hand holding on, the other hand giving us a great big wave. Both legs kicked out. And one thing we always tell Tony, hey Tony, do whatever you do, don't get excited and wave at us with both hands. As we come down the show line, ladies and gentlemen, give him a great big wave. From your right, Dave Dacy in the cockpit, Tony Kazian on the top wing, the side saddle, waiver pass. Outside of an airplane. Unbelievable. Now we watch as he comes down the show line here. Tony has now climbed up 3 steps up that stainless steel ladder. We call this the confidence pass. This is where we have 100% confidence in your pilot when you're the Wingwalker, because he is literally flying through the sky backwards with his body plastered against that 5-step stainless steel ladder, and he's relying on his pilot to keep a positive G load on the airplane at all times. And now you'll notice he lets both hands, both legs are out as he comes down our show line. Going backwards, I told Tony when I could see him in the face, I was going to give him a wave. He told me he saw me, he's way back. So now as they come down here at show center, Dave Dacy in the cockpit. Right about there, I can see Tony, give me a wave, buddy. All right. Dave Dacy and Tony Kazian. All right, folks, we have just gotten word. Dave Dacy has received permission from show control for Tony Kazian to attempt the headstand. That's right, at 120 miles an hour, 50 feet off the ground. Tony Kazian will attempt to stand on his head while in flight on top of that airplane. So let's watch out here. Remember, folks, there's nothing holding him on this aircraft other than his own grip. And now from your right, you see the orange shirt, the black pants. Let's watch as he comes at us here from the right. All right, right now you can see the orange shirts on the bottom, the black pants. He's got his legs up in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, he is standing on his head for us out there. Incredible. That is real wing walking. You're seeing it right here at the Battle Creek. Field of play. There he goes, the little special. Tony does his sit-up. He gives us a great big wave. Oh, yeah. Dave Dacy and Tony Kazian, real wing walking right here at Battle Creek. And now as we watch out here off of Airshow left, let's watch as they set up for some more great wing walking action. Have your cameras ready as on this pass from Airshow left, Tony Kazian will walk from his position on that top wing. He'll step down onto the fuselage, then down onto the lower wing, and then walk out to the javelin strut out there on that right wing. So let's watch as they come down the show line. You can see real wing walking right here at Airshow left. Dave's showing 120 on the airspeed indicator. He's got about a 10-mile-an-hour push, so doing about 130 across the ground. You can see Tony's between the wings. He's holding on to those wires. And now he's back out on the javelin. He lays across that strut right there. Ladies and gentlemen, real wing walking action. You're seeing it here at the field of flight. One thing people ask all the time, they go, once Tony's up on the top wing, why doesn't he stay up there for landing? Well, it's awful hard to use this term. We're talking about a guy who moves around on the outside of an airplane while it's in flight. But for safety reasons, Tony takes off and lands between the wings. In the event that the big Stearman would have a brake or a tire problem or landing gear issue, Tony is in a much more defensible position when he is between the wings. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Airshow right, let's get ready as they come by from our right end zone. Tony Kazian, you can see, is halfway out to the right wingtip. We all talk about imbalance in play. Well, this is a major balance. We've got 180 pounds of Wingwalker halfway out to that right wingtip. Tony tells me I have to be very careful how I describe this maneuver. Ladies and gentlemen, from your right at 170 miles an hour, this is the Wingwalker imbalance roll right down the show line. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wingwalker imbalance roll. Whatever, you don't call that the imbalance Wingwalker roll. As we swing around out there off of Airshow left, he swings back in and they'll be setting up for a very difficult part of the show again as we talk about imbalance, as Dave now needs to land this aircraft with that 180 pounds of Tony Kazian halfway out to that wingtip. So as he slows the airplane up, his aileron control, of course, becomes less, and so it becomes just that more challenging to bring the airplane on the ground. So now as Dave turns inbound out here off of runway 23 right, they'll be setting up for their arrival sequence. All right, as Dave comes down the chute here, he's showing about 105 right there. Now as they get ready to roll the tires on the pavement, he'll be slowed to about 80. Extending down the runway, which is always challenging with these super long runways. As he comes in, rolls the airplane on beautifully in a nice tail-high wheel landing as that airspeed decelerates. They'll be rolling out right onto the Duncan Aviation ramp. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a great big hand to Dave Dacy and Tony Kazian. Real Wingwalking. You know they've been working awful hard for us today. Fantastic performance. I'll tell you folks, what a day to be here in Battle Creek.